Dear viewers, imagine a world where a single mistake doesn't just mean failure, it means death. Deep within the frozen, unforgiving wilderness of northern Siberia, the Khanty people don't just survive, they thrive in harmony with a landscape that would break modern technology. This is the untold story of the ultimate masters of survival. The thermometer reads 28 degrees Fahrenheit below zero. The rivers here freeze so solid that heavy trucks can drive across them with ease. For nearly 20 hours every day, a dense darkness blankets the entire region. The moment you step outside, the air feels so brutally cold, it feels as though it is burning your lungs like fire. For the indigenous people of the north, living in the snow-covered forests of Siberia, this is just normal daily life, a situation where most of us wouldn't last more than a few hours. There, these people have not only survived for thousands of years, but they have truly thrived. You're standing right in the middle of the Siberian taiga. Everywhere looks almost exactly the same. An endless white forest stretches across the horizon. There are no roads, no signs, and no GPS signals. Most people would panic in a situation like this, but a member of the indigenous community never gets lost. That is because they don't look for roads, since no roads exist there. Instead, they closely observe the shape of the snow and the trees. In this region, for thousands of years, the wind has blown from the exact same direction, is blowing. As a result, unique patterns are formed on the snow, which are known as sastrugi. By reading these wind-carved lines in the snow, they can precisely determine which way is north and which way is south. It is as if nature itself acts as a compass here. It's not just the snow. If you look closely at any spruce tree in the taiga, another detail catches your eye. The top section of the tree always leans slightly toward the south, because that is where it gets relatively more sunlight. Every single tree acts like a living signpost, guiding the way back home. This natural navigation system has kept families alive for generations. When hunters venture hundreds of kilometers away from their villages, traveling along frozen river pathways that all look virtually identical, these natural signs are exactly what bring them safely back home. No technology is needed here, nor any batteries that would simply die in the freezing cold. It is purely ancient knowledge that works every single time. In this brutal environment, the indigenous people have also developed house-building techniques that keep their families comfortable, even in conditions where modern cities would completely grind to a halt. Their winter homes are not just shelters, but carefully thought-out survival systems. Even before construction begins, choosing the right location is crucial. They build permanent log cabins at strategic spots near their hunting routes. Moss is used to pack the gaps between the thick logs of these cabins for insulation, preventing the indoor heat from escaping. Windows are intentionally kept small to minimize heat loss. The floors are built slightly elevated above the frozen ground layer so that the cold cannot penetrate directly inside. The most critical element is the fire. During the winter, this fire is never allowed to go out completely. Extreme cold can make restarting a fire nearly impossible, so it is kept burning around the clock. They possess techniques for managing ash and smoke that retain life-saving warmth on one hand, while keeping the indoor air breathable on the other. Every single space inside the cabin serves a specific purpose. The warm area close to the fire is for preserving food. The relatively cooler section is for storage, and the sleeping quarters are positioned to maximize warmth while eliminating the risk of harmful gases. Essential tools and emergency supplies are kept in designated spots so that they can be easily found even in total darkness. The indigenous people's traditional chump, their tent-shaped dwelling, also reflects highly advanced thinking. Its door is always facing east. Behind this, there is not just spiritual belief, but a practical reason as well, as it minimizes the impact of the howling winds. Inside the home, there are certain sacred spaces where specific individuals do not enter. The purpose of this is not division, but rather to protect the hunting gear and spiritual items that are tied to the hunter's safety and success. In the taiga, food is not about taste or variety. It is strictly a question of survival. The indigenous people have developed a diet that provides everything necessary to keep the human body functioning in extreme cold. Here, fat is absolutely vital. In the brutal sub-zero temperatures, the human body burns a massive amount of energy just to maintain its core temperature. Therefore, a low-fat diet suitable for ordinary environments could be dangerous here. Reindeer meat provides protein, but it is their fat and bone marrow that supply the body with that high-energy fuel, which helps them survive the cold. Even fresh reindeer blood is a regular part of their winter diet. As unusual as it may sound, this is their time-tested and effective way of life for staying alive in this environment. But behind this practice lies a solid scientific basis. When someone is working in the freezing, life-threatening cold, a bowl of warm, fresh blood provides instant energy and heat to the body. It is naturally saline and rich in iron, acting as an immediate energy booster for the system. This is by no means some primitive or irrational behavior, but rather a sophisticated nutritional system adapted to an extreme environment. While utilizing every single nutrient from a reindeer might seem entirely natural to some, it might feel uncomfortable to others. This difference in perception clearly highlights how the environment shapes human dietary habits. Inside the taiga, there is no need for a separate refrigerator to preserve food, because the entire landscape acts as one massive natural freezer. To keep the meat out of the reach of other animals, they store it high enough, suspended in the air. Additionally, natural permafrost is used as a preservation method. Ice cellars dug into the frozen ground maintain a stable temperature, keeping food fresh for months on end. However, the importance of food is not limited to nutrition alone. It carries deep social significance. Sharing food is a form of survival insurance here. In an environment where a single bad hunting season can plunge an entire community into crisis, refusing to share food with someone is not just bad manners, it can be downright dangerous. Today, the person who is refused help might be the only one to rely on tomorrow. This system of mutual support has kept communities alive through many harsh winters. The survival strategies mentioned so far are undoubtedly astonishing, but that is not all. What truly sets the indigenous people apart is their spiritual connection to the forest. This is not just folklore or blind superstition, but a deep and practical understanding of nature and the environment that offers real, tangible benefits. This perspective shapes every aspect of their way of life. The clothing of the indigenous people is also a testament to this intelligence. They have crafted apparel that outperforms even the most expensive commercially available Arctic gear. Its foundation lies in a deep understanding of an extraordinary material, reindeer fur. While it is commonly believed that fur merely provides warmth, reindeer fur is actually a unique marvel of natural engineering. Each individual hair is hollow inside, like a tiny straw that traps air. This creates a lightweight yet highly effective thermal insulation system that provides far more warmth than many synthetic materials. The true brilliance lies in the technique of using this fur. Their traditional reindeer fur coat, known as a malitsa, is a marvel of design. During long journeys in the bitter cold, they pull their hands inside the coat and secure the belt tightly. In an instant, that coat transforms into a sleeping bag and a portable, warm shelter. Body moisture can escape through the natural fibers, but the cold cannot penetrate inside. A well-crafted malitsa is therefore a highly valuable asset because it often makes the difference between life and death. Their footwear system is equally advanced. Dried grass is stuffed inside the fur boots for extra warmth. On their hands, they wear multiple layers of mittens, where each layer serves a distinct purpose. Facial protection shields them from the damaging effects of the severe cold, while simultaneously allowing them to see clearly and breathe normally. Every single part of the clothing works together like a unified system. It is for this reason, Arctic explorers and researchers have long studied these designs in order to replicate their effectiveness using modern materials. Yet, in many cases, traditional indigenous clothing performs better than synthetic gear costing thousands of dollars. The secret lies not just in the materials, but in understanding how the human body loses heat and crafting the clothing in harmony with that natural process. Another crucial aspect of the indigenous culture is their bear festival, which is often mistakenly viewed as merely a ritual. In reality, its significance is deeply tied to survival. The indigenous, people, do not view the bear merely as an animal, but as a part of the family, considered to be the youngest son of Torum, the sky god. They never refer to the bear directly by its name. Instead, they address it with respectful titles such as the old man, the lord, the person, or the guest. This is not just a matter of etiquette, but a way to minimize real-world risks. Bears are highly intelligent creatures, and many believe they can understand human language and behavior. By showing respect through their language and actions, hunters reduce the likelihood of conflict. The third aspect is the mental balance maintained when facing dangerous predators, preventing anyone from becoming careless or overly aggressive. The Bear Festival also imparts critical knowledge regarding human behavior, hunting techniques, and meat preservation. The youth here do not learn through formal lessons, but through direct, hands-on participation. As a result, essential survival skills are passed down from generation to generation without any gaps. This spiritual relationship with the bear reflects a profound understanding of the delicate harmony between the hunter and nature. Viewing the bear as a powerful creature worthy of respect allows the indigenous people to maintain a healthy alertness, protecting them from overconfidence. In an environment where a single mistake around a bear can lead to fatal consequences, this spiritual framework is exactly what keeps people vigilant and safe. It is also urgent to clear up another major misconception. Indigenous shamanism is not a matter of decoration or entertainment. It is a highly sophisticated system for managing psychological stress in extreme survival situations. When life depends on flawless decisions, mental stability itself becomes a vital survival skill. The ancient world of the indigenous people views existence as divided into three layers: the upper world, where sky spirits reside, the middle world, where humans coexist with protective spirits, and the lower world, which is associated with disease and concepts of departure. Through the symbolic concept of traveling between these worlds, shamans maintain healing guidance and connections to ancestral powers. While this may look like superstition from the outside, its psychological reality runs deep. Facing isolation for long periods and constantly encountering high-risk situations, or dealing with the trauma of accidents and food shortages, all of this creates immense psychological stress. The shamanic system provides a framework to process this trauma, make difficult choices, and hold on to hope even in the most despairing situations. During the Soviet era, shamanism was heavily suppressed. Drumming was banned, rituals were restricted, and pressure was put on the shamans themselves. Yet, this belief survived in secret because it fulfilled a fundamental psychological need that no administrative program could ever replace. Today, we are witnessing a revival of shamanic practices, once again, as communities rediscover the importance of their cultural and psychological survival. This worldview also reinforces real-life behaviors. Believing in the presence of spirits within the forest encourages the careful observation of nature's subtle signals. The concept of maintaining balance among the worlds translates directly into sustainable hunting and resource management. Furthermore, the emphasis on ancestral wisdom ensures that survival lessons are passed down flawlessly from generation to generation. Traveling inside the taiga during winter is like a continuous coexistence with risk. And the indigenous, people have developed strategies that virtually turn frozen rivers into highways. At the same time, they navigate around the pitfalls that can catch inexperienced travelers off guard. During the winter months, these frozen rivers serve as the primary transport network. However, understanding the condition of the ice requires specialized skills that take many years to develop. The indigenous people can determine the thickness of the ice simply by observing its color and listening to its sound. Striking solid, safe ice produces a deep, resonant sound, whereas thin ice gives off a high-pitched, hollow ring that serves as a warning. The color of the ice also reveals its structural. Clear blue ice is the strongest, while white or gray ice contains hollow air pockets that significantly reduce its load-bearing capacity.
Depending on the situation, they utilize multiple modes of transportation. Traditional methods allow for silent movement through the woodlands. Sleds are highly effective for carrying heavy loads across frozen rivers.
While modern snowmobiles have been adopted for long-distance travel, they bring along new risks. A mechanical breakdown far away from any help can create a critical, life-threatening situation. Because of this, traditional alternative methods are always kept ready. Navigating without maps or GPS requires reading multiple environmental cues simultaneously. Continuous wind patterns sculpt formations in the snow that point the way. Tree growth patterns indicate the prevailing weather. Animal tracks reveal safe paths and warn of hazardous zones. Even during the short daylight hours of winter, the sun's position offers a baseline for orientation. Still, permanent risks can never be taken lightly. Thin ice can fracture unexpectedly, and sudden blizzards can instantly drop visibility to absolute zero, making travel incredibly difficult. If equipment fails in extreme cold, individuals can find themselves stranded vast distances away from any help. Therefore, every journey demands meticulous planning, backup gear, and the critical wisdom to recognize when conditions become too hazardous to travel. In this environment, there is no room for error. Indigenous children are exposed to the severe cold right from birth. Far from being a form of neglect, this is part of a highly sophisticated adaptation strategy that builds lifelong survival resilience. Children's safety is not compromised here. Rather, the objective is to impart the essential education required for life in the taiga. Well wrapped in furs, infants are regularly taken outdoors, even in temperatures as low as -40 degrees. This gradual conditioning process builds a lifelong tolerance to the cold, protecting them forever. Their bodies learn to retain core temperature much more efficiently. Blood circulation adapts to extreme conditions, and the psychological relationship with the cold transforms from one of fear into one of familiarity. Indigenous children do not learn through formal lessons, but instead acquire survival strategies through observation and imitation. They watch adults build fires, track animal movements, read weather signs, and navigate the dense woodlands. This method of learning ensures that wisdom is transmitted accurately without distortion, as children witness the real-world consequences of mistakes with their own eyes. At an early age, they master fire safety as their very first survival skill. They learn how to sustain a fire, manage ash, control smoke, and recognize which situations pose a danger. Early on, they learn to move silently on ice without startling the animals. Alongside this, they develop the ability to read animal tracks, identify edible plants, and understand weather patterns that signal danger. This early self-reliance is not optional. Adults are often away on hunting expeditions for days, sometimes even weeks at a time, so children must be capable of taking care of themselves and helping look after their younger siblings. The harsh reality here is that a mistake can lead to fatal consequences, and it is out of that very necessity that capability develops so rapidly and effectively. As a result, the Indigenous society raises a remarkably resilient younger generation. Indigenous teenagers possess survival skills that could challenge even the most experienced outsiders and explorers. They can navigate pathless forests, construct emergency shelters, forage for food in landscapes that appear completely lifeless, and make life-saving decisions under immense pressure. This is not just extraordinary, it is absolutely vital for their cultural survival. The Indigenous people have developed unique cultural expressions that are only aesthetic, but serve practical survival functions as well. Their music features rare stringed instruments found nowhere else in northern Siberia. One such instrument, a type of lute called the kutang, uses strings made from elk sinew. Another small, bow-shaped instrument strung with horsehair was used for far more than just entertainment. These were played during rituals and storytelling sessions, serving as vehicles to pass down critical survival knowledge from generation to generation. In this isolated society, music played multiple survival roles, as it maintained community cohesion during the long, dark winter months, when psychological depression and conflict could threaten the very existence of the entire community.
Music provides a structural framework for memorizing complex information regarding hunting strategies, weather patterns, navigation, and travel routes. At the same time, it creates shared experiences that strengthen the social bonds essential for mutual cooperation. The Khanty language belongs to the Ugric branch of the Uralic language family, making it distantly related to Hungarian and Mansi. It is highly dialectical, with the northeastern and southern speakers sometimes finding it difficult to understand one another. This linguistic diversity reflects the long-term isolation of the various groups and their adaptation to their respective local environments. Traditionally, this language had no written form. All knowledge and history were preserved through oral stories, epic poems, proverbs, and ritual songs. This oral tradition functioned as a living library of survival information. Within these stories lay detailed instructions on hunting strategies, weather forecasting, plant identification, and what to do in emergencies. The structure of this storytelling is complex, making information easily memorable and ensuring it was passed down flawlessly through generations.
Today, due to the Russian-based education system and urban migration, many young people are at risk of losing their mother tongue. This is not just a cultural crisis. It is a critical threat to actual survival. Encrypted within this language is the invaluable knowledge intimately tied to life in the taiga. Efforts to revitalize the language are underway, but the challenges are immense.
When a language vanishes, centuries of accumulated survival wisdom disappear along with it. For thousands of years, the Khanty, people's way of life, which sustained them for thousands of years, is today facing unprecedented challenges. These challenges deeply threaten not only their culture, but also their physical existence in the taiga region.
Modern-day pressures clearly demonstrate just how sophisticated their traditional knowledge truly is, while simultaneously showing how vulnerable it is and how delicate a balance it relies upon. In particular, the expansion of the oil and gas industries is fragmenting the traditional migration routes of the Khanty and disrupting the very natural systems upon which they entirely depend. Roads and pipelines are fragmenting the dense forest, making traditional navigation and movement far more difficult than before. Industrial noise and pollution are altering animal behaviors, rendering hunting increasingly unpredictable. Furthermore, the influx of outside workers arriving with these industrial operations often neither understand nor respect traditional land use practices.
Alongside this, climate change is making conditions even more perilous. While warmer winters might initially seem like a relief, in reality, compared to sustained periods of intense cold, far more hazardous. Unstable ice renders river travel unreliable. As climate patterns shift, traditional weather indicators are no longer as dependable as they once were. Animals are altering their migration paths and schedules, disrupting hunting systems that have proven effective for generations. This warming trend is also impacting food preservation and storage techniques, which have long relied on sustained freezing temperatures. When the environmental conditions for which traditional knowledge was developed no longer exists, that knowledge, in practice, becomes difficult to apply. Simultaneously, their cultural existence faces an equally severe threat. As young people migrate toward cities in search of education and employment, the loss of their language accelerates. The oral traditions that preserve survival wisdom break down because the number of fluent speakers capable of passing it on declines. In the face of modern, easily accessible alternatives, traditional skills can often begin to appear irrelevant. Yet perhaps the greatest danger is the severing of that deep connection to the land. Young people growing up in urban environments lose that intimate environmental knowledge that is indispensable for survival in the taiga. Even if they retain some sense of cultural identity, they lose the practical skills that truly define what it means to be Khanty. The northern Khanty people have proven a truth that is vital for our modern world to understand. True survival does not mean possessing the most advanced technology or the greatest wealth. Instead, it means cultivating a profound connection with the environment and learning to work in harmony with natural systems rather than against them. Their wisdom, spanning thousands of years of trial and error, has been refined through generations where a single mistake could have meant death. In today's climate-controlled and GPS-dependent world, we have lost touch with the very skills that once kept our ancestors alive. The Conti people remind us that human adaptability and traditional knowledge can triumph even in conditions where modern technology fails. Their approach to the sustainable use of resources serves as a model for environmental management and offers critical lessons. Their community-based survival strategies highlight the profound importance of social cooperation during times of crisis. Most importantly, they prove that extreme environments can never defeat those who truly understand their surroundings and respect its limitations.
The key to survival is not dominance over the land, but rather a relationship with it. As our world faces growing environmental challenges, the wisdom of the Conti people becomes more relevant than at any other time in history. If you found this video informative, please give it a like and share it with everyone. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe and stay with us. Finally, thanks for watching.